Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. In this video, I want to show you my honest review, and I hope I will be able to highlight all the pros and cons of this product. So let's begin.
First discovered in 1923 by a Nobel Prize-winning doctor, this blood sugar breakthrough lay forgotten for the next 80 years, until a team of world-renowned scientists accidentally stumbled onto it during what was supposed to be a routine laboratory exercise. Now, a growing body of evidence from places like Stanford, Princeton, and the American Medical Association prove this green glucose calmer is the final answer to our nation's fight against type 2 diabetes. It's been shown in over 200 studies to help support healthy insulin, keep glucose levels stable, and support energy, focus, and mood, without forcing you to spend a fortune on risky prescription pills or expensive and painful injections. Keep watching right now to discover this long-hidden breakthrough and how you can start using it immediately, no matter if in your 20s or 90s, to enjoy perfectly balanced blood sugar levels for the rest of your life. Dear friend, it's one of the most dramatic moments in the history of science, yet you've probably never heard of it. The date is January 23rd, 1922, and a 14-year-old boy named Leonard Thompson lies dying in a hospital bed at Toronto General Hospital. Leonard has type 1 diabetes, which at the time is almost always fatal, and now he's slipped into a coma. Everyone, from the doctors to the boy's parents, expects Leonard to die before the week is up. But just as all hope seems lost, 3 doctors from the University of Toronto burst loudly into the room. They're breathing heavily. At least one of them hasn't slept in a week. Yet without waiting, the men administer a tiny injection into the boy's right arm. And what happens next is like something out of a Hollywood movie. Within minutes, Leonard emerges from his coma. His blood sugar levels start normalizing fast. And instead of dying that week, Leonard goes on to live another 13 years. Hi, I'm David Pearson, and what I just recounted is the story of the first successful insulin injection in history. Soon after this moment, insulin became the gold standard for both type 1 and type 2 diabetes, saving or at least extending hundreds of millions of lives. And yet, as incredible as the discovery of insulin is, it's actually not what I want to talk to you about today. Instead, I want to share what happened next and bring to light an equally important second discovery that was made by the same Nobel Prize-winning doctor who saved Leonard Thompson's life. It has to do with a natural insulin-like substance he discovered hiding inside virtually every plant in existence. It may even be inside the plants sitting inside your home or in your backyard right now as you watch this. And as you're about to see, this completely forgotten green glucose calmer has been shown in over 200 studies to significantly support healthy blood sugar levels. Yet, unlike insulin, metformin, and other mainstream diabetes solutions that doctors are always trying to push on you, this calming agent has no reported side effects, costs pennies instead of hundreds of dollars per month that many prescriptions can run you, and there's zero evidence that you'll ever build up a tolerance to it. Which means that once you know what this discovery is and how it works, for the first time in your life, you may find that it's entirely possible to start gaining the upper hand on your erratic blood sugar without making countless trips to the doctors or cutting out more and more of your favorite foods. I'll explain all of the details in just a second. Plus, in just moments from now, you're also going to discover how Big Pharma got caught suppressing the secret to lowering your blood sugar levels naturally. The strange but true link between euthanized dogs and your daily insulin shots, and the spine-chilling reason why the FDA put a black box warning on one of the most popular blood sugar meds on the market, and recalled millions of doses in the process. All of that and more is just seconds away, but before we get to any of it, I do need to warn you, this information was previously hidden from the American public for nearly 80 years, and I can't help but worry that it may happen again, especially as more and more people continue to share this website with their friends, family, and loved ones. So please, give me your undivided attention for the next few moments, because what I'm about to share could revolutionize the way you think about blood sugar woes and help save you tens of thousands of dollars over the next 5 years. Why hasn't there been a major blood sugar breakthrough since 1922? Like I mentioned, My name is David Pearson, and I've been a medical researcher for over 27 years. During this time, a lot of my focus has been on helping others with their blood sugar issues. And while I'm happy that today we do have some proven ways to help balance erratic glucose woes, a few years back, I started feeling increasingly frustrated because when you really think about it, the whole field of blood sugar support hasn't really changed all that much since 1922. That's the year the first insulin injection was given to a human. And while it was a thrilling moment for science, it's also crazy to think about how today, nearly a century later, we're mostly still treating diabetes the exact same way. This got me wondering why there haven't been any advancements when it comes to insulin or blood sugar research. And while I didn't know it at the time, this question would lead me down a dark and windy road, taking me directly into the underbelly of big pharma and big business, while exposing a bizarre scientific cover-up that's been going on for the last 98 years. This cover-up has to do with that green glucose calmer I've been mentioning, and it holds the key to a gentler, easier way to fight back against high blood glucose, for reasons I'll explain in a second. First, though, I want to give you the 30-second rundown on why people suffer from erratic blood sugar in the first place. And pay close attention, because once you see how blood sugar worries and insulin struggles are tied together, you'll also be able to understand how this green glucose calmer will be a revelation to anyone worried about erratic glucose. Here's why insulin helps prevent your blood sugar turning into sticky syrup. We've all heard of insulin before, but what is it? Insulin's job is to tell your cells to absorb the sugar that's in your bloodstream and to use that sugar for energy. When someone is pre-diabetic or has diabetes, though, it means that either their body isn't making enough insulin or their body has trouble using the insulin they do make. And in both cases, it leads to the same issue, which is that instead of being absorbed by your cells, sugar stays in your bloodstream. And over long periods of time, this sugar buildup can damage the vessels that supply blood to your vital organs. As a result, high blood sugar increases your risk of heart disease, stroke, kidney disease, vision problems, and nerve issues. Because if those vital organs are being robbed of the blood they need to function properly, or they're being coated in thick, sticky blood, well, obviously that isn't good. To really drive the point home, imagine a container of maple syrup that's been sitting on a diner counter for the past 6 months. Probably some syrup has gotten out of the bottle and is stuck to the lid. And when you do manage to open the lid, you might see some buildup inside the container too, which makes it difficult to pour any syrup out, unless you stick your fingers into the bottle and clear it up. Can you see it? Well, that's essentially what's happening to your vessels and your organs when you continue to have high blood sugar. They become sticky, hardened, and clogged. And that's one of the main reasons that blood sugar worries are so serious. Because while the short-term discomfort of being thirsty and needing to pee are annoying, that's nothing compared to the ticking time bomb of health problems that can explode inside if sugar levels don't get better. Pretty scary, right? And that's why the discovery of insulin back in 1922 was such a game changer. Because University of Toronto doctors found that when they extracted insulin from the pancreas of a dead dog, then purified it and injected it into that young man, Leonard Thompson, it helped his cells to absorb sugar properly and saved him from dying. It's a big deal. But at the same time, we can't ignore the fact that young Leonard did still die from his diabetes 13 years later. And while you'd think that we would have major improvements to insulin in the past 90 years, shockingly enough, today when a 55-year-old man is diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, the total amount of time he can expect to live can still be as low as just 13 years. And the news isn't that much better for young folks either, because even when you're diagnosed with type 2 diabetes at the young age of 15, you can still expect it to rob you at least 13 years of your life. That sucks. And now, it's scary to think about it too, because no matter if it's you personally who struggles from zigzagging blood sugar levels, or a spouse, a parent, a child, or a friend, it just doesn't seem fair that erratic glucose levels could steal away so many years of precious life, so many years of memories, of hugs or conversations, of birthdays, of Christmas mornings, of reunions, vacations and getaways, that it could lead to so many years of not feeling like the best version of ourselves, the version that wakes up each morning energized and excited to meet the day. And yet, for too many of us who suffer from blood sugar woes, that's exactly what happens. Suddenly, at some point in the not too distant future, we find ourselves having the most difficult conversations of our lives as we look our loved ones directly in the eyes and with streaking tears begin to say our goodbyes. It's unacceptable, especially considering that today, in 2020, we're the wealthiest we've ever been, and we have the most advanced science we've ever had. So what the heck is going on? Well, like I said, that's the question I set out to answer, by exploring ways that insulin and blood sugar management could possibly be improved. At the time, I had zero idea where this search would ultimately take me, and I never could have guessed that I'd soon stumble onto one of the most controversial, hushed-up discoveries in all of science. It was first discovered in 1923 by J.J. Collip, the same University of Toronto scientist who gave Leonard Thompson his shot of insulin the year before. You see, after Collip discovered insulin in animals, he turned his microscope to plants. And that's when he noticed something unexpected. In virtually every plant and vegetable he looked at, the green tops of onions, lettuce leaves, green bean leaves, barley roots, beet roots, and more, Collip observed the presence of what appeared to be insulin. He decided to call the substance he discovered gluconin, and in 1923 he published a monumental paper titled Gluconin, a New Hormone Present in Plant Tissue, where he laid out all of the evidence for his discovery, including the results of multiple studies he had conducted where gluconin was given to animals with high blood sugar, and their levels rapidly stabilized and improved. That was in 1923, and for the next 2 years, the scientific community accepted glucoconin without any issue. It was referenced in numerous studies as a way to support healthy blood sugar, and it seemed like going forward, there would be at least 2 options for those with high blood sugar woes. Insulin, taken from the livers of euthanized dogs and other animals, and glucoconin, a substance extracted from nearly every plant on Earth. But that's not what happened. After 1925, virtually all research on glucoconin stopped. And I'm not pointing fingers here, but I do think it's pretty coincidental that starting in 1923, a fledgling pharmaceutical company named Eli Lilly convinced the Toronto scientists to give them a monopoly on insulin, so the company could begin selling it to the public at a profit. The moment that happened, Eli Lilly's sales skyrocketed, and today, they're one of the largest pharmaceutical conglomerates in the world, with over $24 billion in annual revenue. So, were Collip and his colleagues bought off by Eli Lilly, then told to stop talking about gluconin? No one can say, but I can tell you that almost immediately after signing away their discovery to Eli Lilly, Collip and his 3 colleagues shared a Nobel Prize. And it doesn't seem too far-fetched to think that Eli Lilly probably didn't want gluconin to be common mainstream knowledge, especially since this natural glucose-calming substance can be found in virtually every plant you can imagine. While insulin is expensive and hard to produce, unless you're a big corporation. So if hearing all of this makes you feel perplexed, alarmed, or downright mad, I get it. I could feel my pulse pounding as I realized all of this, especially since today gluconin isn't even mentioned in most organic chemistry or biology textbooks, while they devote entire chapters to insulin. And meanwhile, diabetes meds are a $43 billion industry, thanks in large part to how much money we spend on drugs like insulin, along with metformin, a drug that definitely has some benefits, but that also comes with potential side effects that are so extreme. It has its own black box warning from the FDA, which is their strongest warning. Because if your body and metformin happen to not get along, it can hospitalize you in under an hour. And that's on top of the fact that the FDA just issued a massive recall on metformin in June of 2020, after it was found that metformin from 5 different manufacturers contained high levels of potentially cancerous chemicals. I don't know about you, but I have a hard time getting excited about insulin or metformin, especially when they secretly keep you on a hamster wheel for the rest of your days, leading to more injections, more pills, more doctor visits, higher dosages, higher insurance premiums, on and on it goes. And at the end of it all, you still face dying 13 years earlier than non-diabetics, which is a pretty miserable outcome if you ask me. But of course, you might be wondering, well, what other choice do I have? And for a long time, the answer was none. But recently, all of that has changed. And it's thanks to the discovery of a plant-based way to calm your blood sugar woes fast, and to do it without spending a fortune on synthetic chemicals or time-sucking doctor visits. How Brazilian scientists accidentally rediscovered nature's glucose calmer during a routine laboratory exercise. In the early 2000s, scientists in Sao Paulo, Brazil, were looking for insect-resistant properties in plants when they made a startling discovery. You see, the scientists kept sending the plants they were studying for DNA sequencing. But the results they were getting back didn't seem to make sense. They kept finding strands of DNA in the plants that were similar to insulin. It had these scientists really scratching their heads, but after dozens of meetings and countless hours of research, the scientists ultimately accepted that there was only one explanation. They had rediscovered gluconin, the same green glucose-calming substance that Kolb had first discovered back in 1923. It was a discovery that sent shockwaves through the scientific community, and before long, a new wave of research was taking place in laboratories across the world, pretty much everywhere, in fact, except in the United States. And there was an explosion of findings, all showing that there were certain fruits, flowers, and vegetables that appeared to be extremely effective at keeping healthy blood sugar levels in check. For example, in a 2002 Brazilian study, scientists found that an insulin-like substance extracted from Brazilian orchids led to a significant reduction in blood sugars in their test subjects. By 2012, researchers in India had found a list of at least 68 additional plants with insulin-like properties. And in 2017, researchers in Mexico City took extracts from 14 common plants to their region and found that every single one of them had a blood sugar supporting potential. Plus, each of the extracts helped to support beta cells too, which are essential for insulin production. It's truly astounding. And with new findings pouring in on nearly a daily basis, I started to think that maybe my work was done. After all, the ingredients in these studies were all entirely natural, and the results were the same. And since these were plant-based extracts and not a drug we needed Big Pharma for, surely it was only a matter of time until these new options were made available to the American public, so that almost every single adult in the world would have a new chance when it came to their blood sugar, something that was gentler on their bodies, yet quite potent. Well, it turns out I was very naive, because that's not what happened. Instead, even though more and more research has been coming out about the gluconin-rich properties of various fruits and vegetables, I'm still not seeing anyone bringing this information to the general public. Instead, these findings remain locked away in research laboratories or published in elite scientific journals that normal folks don't even know exist. And meanwhile, 79,535 people keep dying from their blood sugar worries in the U.S. each year, while pharmaceutical companies like Eli Lilly continue to rake in record profits. I have nothing against corporations, and I'm pro-business, but when I realized that the pharmaceutical giants are ignoring all of this research, it really made my skin crawl. And here's why. They're playing right into the stereotypes we all have of them. I mean, I can't tell you for certain that the reason gluconin disappears from scientific literature after 1925 is because Eli Lilly wanted it that way. And I can't sit here and say for a fact that Big Pharma wants to keep you on their prescription merry-go-round forever. But man, when you look at all that evidence, and the fact that they keep ignoring some of the most exciting breakthroughs in blood sugar science, how can you not start to feel a deep, dark sense of cynicism? Why should these Armani suit-wearing CEOs keep bringing home $20 million a year in bonuses, while everyday folks like me and you continue to say our early goodbyes to the ones we love? It just doesn't seem fair, especially when you think about how it's normally U.S. taxpayers who end up funding the biggest scientific discoveries. But then instead of being thanked, these discoveries get packaged up and sold to us at astronomical prices, with no regard to whether we can afford them or not. It's ridiculous. I mean, thanks to recent scientific research on potent, health-promoting plants, we now finally have a new option in the fight against erratic blood sugar levels. Yet the mainstream media isn't talking about this. Nobody is even making a list of those plants available to you, and I hardly see any scientists standing up and saying, "This is wrong." Well, that is not okay. And that's why gluconam specifically, and blood sugar supporting plants in general, became the #1 focus for my team. I told them to make a comprehensive list containing any new plant-based ingredients that were proven to help support healthy blood sugar levels. And after analyzing thousands of ingredients, my team initially came to me with 57 ingredients that showed great promise. We could have easily gone public with the entire list right then and there, but I still wasn't satisfied. Instead, I told my team that I didn't just want ingredients that had a few studies. I needed the absolute cream of the crop. Ingredients with so much hard science behind them that even if you showed them to the most brainwashed scientists on Big Pharma's blood-tinged payroll, they'd have no choice but to acknowledge the science behind them. I worked my team day and night on this, until ultimately we were left with just 11 special ingredients. Ingredients that we consider to be the cream of the crop when it comes to plant-based blood sugar support. Then once we had these 11 ingredients, we went to work creating an advanced nutrient delivery system in the form of a uniquely designed nutritional capsule, something that contains each of those 11 blood sugar supporting ingredients in doses that are supported by scientific studies. It's called Sugar Balance, and it represents the next generation in blood sugar science. Sugar Balance is the breakthrough that finally brings a new blood sugar support option to everyone. And inside every single capsule, you will find the 11 most proven ingredients known to science. Ingredients that can support your body's production of insulin through the natural power of plants. Even better, when combined, these ingredients can also help with calorie burning and energy levels too. In essence, each capsule is like having your very own glucose calmer in the palm of your hand. And in a moment, I'll show you how you can try Sugar Balance risk-free at practically no cost so that you can stop worrying about sugar levels getting out of control. Stop obsessing over gaining weight and eating the wrong foods. Stop feeling like you're running out of energy to do the things you want to do in life. Start living and enjoying your life, eating delicious foods every single day. Imagine what it would feel like to suddenly realize you can enjoy carbs again, like pizza, pasta, and lasagna without worry. Do not have to worry about gaining weight anymore, as your body burns calories like a furnace, filling you with more energy to do the things you love, inspiring your family and friends. That's what Sugar Balance was designed to help you do. There are absolutely no fillers, preservatives, and no artificial ingredients. And every single bottle is manufactured right here in the United States, in a state-of-the-art facility that follows all FDA and GMP safety standards. Finally, nature's own blood sugar answer is available as a bottle in your kitchen cabinet. Just one single, easy-to-swallow capsule taken twice a day is all you need. You can take one in the morning, then the other one at lunch, or right before you go to bed. It doesn't really matter when you take Sugar Balance. Just make sure you take it. Because once you have this natural plant-based breakthrough in your hands, it's like you can feel all your health markers improving. Your cravings vanish, your low moods disappear. And once your blood sugar is under control, it's as if a huge weight gets instantly lifted from your life. You may even find that you can go back to eating the foods you enjoy, rather than having to study every product label and agonize over whether to have dessert or not. And because insulin is directly responsible for turning fat cells into energy, it's like all the untapped fuel that's been sitting inside your body finally gets unleashed. First, you notice it in the mirror as calorie burning increases. Then, you might even notice your body changing shape or slimming down. But what's really impressive is the overwhelming increase in energy. Energy that lasts and actually stays with you, allowing you to live a long, healthy, wonderful life. There are already thousands of people across the U.S. right now who swear by Sugar Balance, and you're going to hear from them in just a moment. But first, let me go ahead and share the 11 glucose-supporting ingredients inside Sugar Balance. That way, you can see exactly why this is so revolutionary and what makes it so incredibly unique. Sugar Balance's breakthrough ingredient number 1, Solomon seal extract. According to herbal lore, Solomon seal got its name when King Solomon placed his seal upon the plant after discovering its health-supporting powers. Amazingly, its root even resembles the Star of David, hence the name, Solomon seal. It's been used in Eastern medicine for thousands of years, and while scientists have known about Solomon seal amazing healing properties for centuries, it was only in 1930 that Hedwig Longecker, a rogue scientist hiding from the Nazis during World War II, discovered this herb's amazing effects on supporting blood sugar, a discovery she immediately attributed to the herb's high in gluconin content. In fact, there are over 200 scientific studies showing its amazing ability to fight erratic glucose, and every month that number's going up. Before long, I'm positive Solomon seal will be a household name. And when you look at the incredible science behind this natural glucose-calming super ingredient, it's easy to see why. Solomon seal is shown in studies to support a marked improvement in insulin within 4 hours of taking the first dose. In a model of blood sugar support in animals, subjects given Solomon seal saw a significant impact in blood sugar support in just 4 hours after taking it. More staggeringly, in studies on human cells over 12 months, Solomon seal was also found to enhance antibody production and support the immune system too. The reason why Solomon seal is so effective is because it contains natural insulin sensitizer properties that manages insulin production in mammals. Now, I know we often hear about how this or that ingredient is good for us, but it's actually very rare for an ingredient to be scientifically proven to support blood sugar in so many studies and be traced right back to the days of King Solomon. Solomon seal is one of those rare exceptions, but it's just one of 11 head-turning start ingredients you'll find inside Sugar Balance. Sugar Balance is breakthrough ingredient number 2, shepherd's purse. This is another amazing plant that's been used for centuries to support insulin levels and maintain sugar levels in the body. It's loaded with free radical-fighting nutrients that not only help support the healthy functioning of the pancreas, allows more of the food you eat to be turned into energy instead of being stored as body fat, boosts the immune system, and is even shown to help the body break down antibiotic-resistant superbacteria like anthrax too. Incredible, right? If you just took these 2 amazing ingredients alone, they could help transform your body and health in a matter of weeks. Yet they're not the only impressive ingredients inside this formula. Sugar Balance's breakthrough ingredient number 3, lycium berry. This glucose-supporting wonder plant first caught my attention in 2015 when a group of scientists conducted an experiment on 67 patients with erratic blood sugar. The doctors conducted a randomized double-blind study, the gold standard in medical testing. And each day, after dinner, these people were given lycium berry for a period of 3 months. The results astounded the medical community because, on average, patients' blood sugar levels were improved by 51%, and insulin production improved 345%. Why is lycium so effective? Scientists believe it's because it contains a nutrient that increases the amount of GLUT4 in the body. GLUT4 are tiny sensors in the bloodstream that instruct your body to release insulin. The more GLUT4 we have in our body, the faster we can turn the calories we eat into energy that powers our body and helps us move around, instead of storing it as fat. So obviously, the more GLUT4 we have, the easier it is to keep our sugar levels healthy, and the quicker it is to lose weight. So, are you starting to see what makes Sugar Balance's formula so unique? Not only is it filled with powerful plants that support insulin production and healthy blood sugar, not only does it contain the right dosages of these ingredients, dosages that are supported by clinical research and science, but it also has ingredients that increase calorie burning. So you have the opportunity to lose weight, gain more energy, and feel better too. It's the ultimate 1, 2, 3 knockout punch. Now, even if I stop there and just put together a formula containing these 3 ingredients, it would still be one of the most potent, effective, guaranteed ways to optimize sugar levels. But as I mentioned before, I'm not just trying to make a product that's better than what's on the market today. My true intention, my obsession, is to create a product so good that it can't even be compared to anything else. That's why I added 8 more proven glucose-supporting plants. Sugar balance is also becoming extremely popular with many in the health profession, which is amazing, but it puts even more of a strain on production, especially since it takes up to 3 months to custom create each batch. And as a result of the fact that sugar balance is expensive to manufacture, it takes up to 3 months to produce a single batch, and keeps selling out, I frequently don't have any sugar balance available for the public. But that being said, I also don't want anyone to stay awake each night worrying about blood sugar issues, which is why in the next few moments, I'll share how you can get your hands on brand new bottles of Sugar Balance and how you can try it risk-free as part of our breakthrough new pilot program. But first, let me answer that other question. How much Sugar Balance do you need to take? That's simple. Just take 1 capsule twice a day for at least 30 days. The reason it's important that you take Sugar Balance for at least 30 days is very straightforward. While the 11 plant-based ingredients go to work pretty much immediately, what all of those clinical studies have shown us is that the longer you take each of the ingredients inside Sugar Balance, the more your body can benefit. For example, as you saw in one study, taking Solomon's seal, the #1 ingredient inside Sugar Balance, people saw insulin production improve within 4 hours of taking the first dose. But you also saw that in another major study, taking Solomon's seal for a full 12 months was shown to boost the immune system and increase production of antibodies too, which is another important factor for those who want to live longer, healthier, more energized lives for years to come. So it just makes sense to keep taking Sugar Balance day after day and month after month, especially with the astronomical prices Big Pharma are charging for their blood sugar support products. For example, in 2009, the price of a 10 milliliter vial of Eli Lilly's Humalog insulin cost $93. But today, that same vial now costs $275, almost triple the price, for exactly the same product. Isn't that criminal? And all the other big manufacturers have hiked up their prices too. While the most Sugar Balance costs is a few pennies per day. More on that in a second. And this is why so many experts are recommending that you choose at least 3 bottles of Sugar Balance at a time, and 6 bottles if you want to be completely safe. Then take it for a period of at least 90 days. That way you can absolutely guarantee that you've done everything you can to support your blood sugar, lower your weight, and keep yourself safe. Across the U.S., people who were once worried about numb toes and fingers, amputations and blindness, people who were finding life so hard just to work out what to eat each day without disrupting their sugar levels, are calling Sugar Balance a gift from God. And today, this is your golden opportunity to join them. Tom Anderson writes, blood sugar was 213 before I started. Third day was 170, and this morning was 122. Amazing results. Please feel free to use the above as a reference. Tosin Ogunse writes, I am currently taking Sugar Balance as recommended, and I am happy to write that the whole program is really working for me, in which my blood sugar has drastically reduced from 258 milligrams per deciliter to 140 milligrams per deciliter within 8 days of the program. And Felice Beau, who writes, I am writing to report good news. I took Sugar Balance and I cannot believe the results are so good and true. In less than 4 weeks, my blood sugar dropped from 245 to 135. I deeply appreciate your efforts in helping diabetes sufferers. Those testimonials you just heard are only a few of the hundreds I'm receiving each month about sugar balance. And you should know that this plant-based insulin-supporting breakthrough is only available on this website, while there are supplies in stock and I'm able to keep this report online. The truth is, there are many in big medicine who hate what I'm doing. They planned on making trillions, yes, trillions of dollars off people like us as we grow old. And they view sugar balance as a major threat, something that could take away their private jets, their yachts, their exotic beach homes, that could make them find a new career path altogether. I'm trying to fight these people and their lawyers off, but it's an uphill battle, which is why, if you're here right now and there are bottles of sugar balance in stock, it's vital that you don't put this decision off. Using sugar balance really can feel like you've just found the mystery switch for blood sugar management, weight loss, and long-lasting good health. Something that lets you wake in the morning confident you can enjoy your day and eat the foods you love without issue. Every day you take your sugar balance capsules is a day where you have the chance to be free from worry and to be free from the hassles of constantly pricking your fingers and checking your sugars. Where you might be able to enjoy a slice of pizza with all the trimmings, or a cold beer on a hot day, or a glass of wine with your spouse. And when you consider that sugar balance really was designed to help make all of this a reality, you can probably understand why the board of directors was adamant that I set the price of this breakthrough at $249 per bottle, which honestly I think is extremely fair, especially considering how much it costs to acquire the rare ingredients in sugar balance. And yet, while I know that we could charge $249 for a bottle of sugar balance and I'd sleep soundly at night, this isn't about me making a profit or my team, which is why if you decide to take action right now and say yes to the scientific miracle that is sugar balance, you won't need to spend $249 for a bottle, or even $149. And why instead, by taking action today, you can order sugar balance for just $69 per bottle. And that's actually just the start. You see, because so many of the studies show that the longer you take the ingredients inside sugar balance, the more you could benefit from them. And because so many people have been ordering multiple bottles of sugar balance at a time. That way, they can share them with their family and friends as well. Me and my team have created an even deeper discount program, where right now, when you stock up on 6 bottles of sugar balance, you can get it for as low as $49 per bottle. So click the button you see below this video right now and select the 6-bottle package or any other package you choose to secure your order. You'll also get free shipping today when you order the 3 or 6-bottle package, which is a $19.99 value right there, along with a free digital copy of my best-selling book, The Truth About Diabetes, which has helped over 460,000 people balance their blood sugar levels the natural way. And your order today also gives you access to over $297 worth of free recipe guides and resources in my private VIP client area. But both the free shipping and these bonuses are only available to you here on this website today. So you really do need to act right now. All orders of sugar balance also come with my 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee. And this is really important, and here's why. Every day, I hear from folks all over the U.S. who say that taking sugar balance is like having your own army of sugar seekers standing guard all over your body, keeping your weight under control, ensuring your energy is high, and watching over all your health markers 24/7. And while I'm absolutely sure you too will feel the same feeling of relief, assurance, and confidence once you try this scientific breakthrough, I also know that in today's society of big promises and over-the-top hype, talk is cheap. That's why I want to put my money where my mouth is, by offering you the opportunity to try sugar balance for yourself for the next 6 months with absolutely no financial risk whatsoever. It works like this. Simply click on the button below and select one of the packages to start your order. And claim your own supply of Sugar Balance right now. Then, when your order arrives in just a few business days from now, I want you to tear open that box, grab your first bottle, and start using Sugar Balance every single day. I'm positive that once you do this, you'll feel and see the difference Sugar Balance makes right away. And that after you've taken Sugar Balance for the next few months, you'll never want to go another day without this amazing blood sugar supporting breakthrough. But if for any reason I'm wrong, if you aren't head over heels in love with your experience with Sugar Balance, then you don't pay a dime. Simply call or email our US-based award-winning customer service team, and we'll refund your purchase with no questions asked. That's every single penny back to you. And you don't even need to return the bottles. They're yours to keep as my way of saying thank you for trying Sugar Balance out. And the only reason I'm able to offer such a bold guarantee is because I'm confident you will be blown away by what life feels like using Sugar Balance, and that you'll become a loyal, rabid customer for life. Still though, isn't it nice knowing that you have nothing to lose? You've seen the science, you've seen the studies, you've heard from everyday folks who have restored their health thanks to the power of Sugar Balance and all the benefits that it gives you. Yet you still get a full 180 days to decide if Sugar Balance is right for you. So go ahead and click the button you see below right now and choose your package of Sugar Balance while there are still supplies in stock. What happens next is entirely up to you. This report is now ending, and ultimately, the choice is yours. You can ignore everything you've seen today. The incredible studies showing that ingredients in Sugar Balance can help support insulin and blood sugar almost immediately, with many people reporting amazing results from the first pill they take. And right now, you have the opportunity to join the thousands of folks just like you who have already said yes to Sugar Balance and who are opting out of Big Pharma's money-grabbing plans while fighting back against the blood sugar issues so many people in their 50s and 60s end up going through for the rest of their lives. These folks are deciding they want to age younger and healthier instead. And now it's your turn. But in order to join these folks, you need to take action today. That's your first choice. But your other option is to not take any action at all. Instead, click away from this page and go on with your day. If you make that second choice, there's no hard feelings, and I wish you all the best. But just think about what life will be in a few months, or even a few years from now. Imagine the next time it's late at night, and you're awake in bed staring at the ceiling. The intense craving to eat carbs or something sweet making your mouth water. The constant need to pee, all the fears and anxieties of old age racing through your mind. Won't you think back to this moment when you had the chance to claim your very own supply of Sugar Balance at a huge savings while there were supplies in stock, and feel just a little bit of regret that you didn't try this breakthrough risk-free today? If the answer is even a maybe, then I would strongly urge you to make the smart decision and say yes to Sugar Balance right now. Get started now by just clicking the button below this video and claim your supply of this cutting-edge breakthrough while it is available to the public and while I do have bottles on hand. Your decision today is covered by a full 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee. So, you truly have nothing to lose and an entirely new outlook on the future to gain. Ultimately, the decision is yours, but I trust you'll make the right choice by clicking on the button you see below this video right now and placing your order. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I look forward to hearing about your success with Sugar Balance. God bless. David Pearson. Frequently asked questions. What is gluconin, and why is it so important for supporting blood sugar? Gluconin was first discovered in 1923 by J.J. Collop. He was studying plants one day and discovered that in virtually every plant and vegetable he looked at, there appeared to be an insulin-like substance. He decided to call the substance he discovered gluconin. When Collop and others gave the gluconin to animals with erratic blood sugar, their levels rapidly stabilized. But then, after 1925, research on glucagon disappeared for many years. Fortunately, all of that changed in the early 2000s, and since then, research has found that many common plants truly do have potential to support healthy blood sugar. That's why I created Sugar Balance, to take 11 of the most exciting and proven natural blood sugar supporting herbs, fruits, and vegetables, and blend them into one single capsule that can help support healthy blood sugar levels no matter if you're 19 or 92. 2. What else can you tell me about Sugar Balance? Sugar Balance is made right here in the United States in a facility that follows all GMP guidelines. It's manufactured in an FDA-registered facility with rigorous regulations. We also have our formula tested by an independent third-party laboratory to ensure that what's on the label is really inside. There are absolutely no fillers, preservatives, and no artificial ingredients, making this incredibly pure yet highly effective breakthrough in blood sugar support. 3. How long will Sugar Balance be available to the public? It's hard to say. My goal is to get this breakthrough in Sugar Balance to as many Americans as possible, especially since Sugar Balance presents such a revolution, and since Big Pharma has tripled the prices of their blood sugar supporting products. My plan is to make it available to every American for just pennies a day. Yet, while that's my goal, there are a lot of powerful people out there who hate what I'm doing. And I know they'd love nothing more than to shut me up by getting this website taken off the internet. So between the fact that I'm making a ton of enemies and that each bottle of Sugar Balance can take up to 3 months to manufacture, I simply cannot guarantee how long this site will remain online or will have bottles in stock. Which is why if you're ready to experience the incredible benefits of Sugar Balance, it's important that you do take action today by ordering your supply. 4. How does the guarantee work again? When you click on the button below this video and get your supply of Sugar Balance today, you're covered by a full 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee. This means that if you change your mind about Sugar Balance for any reason over the next 6 months, just call or email our US-based customer service team, and we'll refund your entire investment in Sugar Balance quickly and with no questions asked. So there's no risk for you whatsoever. 5. Okay, I'm ready to order Sugar Balance. What now? It's easy. Just click on the big button you see beneath this video. Select your package and place your order. Our 6-bottle package is by far the most popular option because of all the added savings you get. But no matter which package you choose, the moment you place your order, we'll begin rushing Sugar Balance out to you. Then, once you've received your order in a few short days from now, simply start taking this little plant-based blood sugar breakthrough each day. And I'm confident you'll be amazed by just how different you look and feel. Plus, as I just mentioned, this is all covered by that 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee. So go ahead and place your order now. That way you can experience the power of Sugar Balance for yourself right away.
Cool, right? Click the link in the description for my price discounted special.